And we're back at Ollie's, and this is the Ollie's on Sand Lake in Orlando near Florida Mall. Okay, so this is the Dollar Tree. No, not Dollar Tree. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can't use the voiceover. Yeah, due to the fact that Ollie's plays music, I would get a copyright strike if I were to use the audio in the store. But that was just another little thing, an example of me doing silly things while I'm doing the voiceover. That was a really cool thing. It says it's a craft bread box, and it was cool. And I only saw the one, and it was $3 on the dollar table, but $3, and that's not a bad price for what that was. These were $1. These are stamp sets. They had 2 actual sets here, and this is the first store that I've seen 2 sets, and these were by far the best letters I have seen in any of these Ollies. Perfect size, nice and thick because they got foam backing, beautiful color, just absolutely great. You get so many of them. That's the best letter set, and I really wish I used letters like that because I would have bought those. Some binder clips in that nice, beautiful gold color, and then here is the other set of the rubber stamps that they have. I'm not the rubber stamps, the clear stamps that they have, and I picked up one of each of these because they were cool, but they have boxes and boxes of them. This was a neat thing. It's a way to make a specialized cake, and I didn't read it as clearly as I should have, maybe, so I can't really talk about it that much because I'm not a baker and I don't do things like this, but I thought it was a really cool little kit. Not really sure what it is and how you use it. I do want to point out that they actually had 2 different sizes of this kit. There was one small box and there was one larger box, but everything on the box and everything that I could see looked exactly the same, so I don't know whether or not that was 2 different sizes and you got 2 different size things, or if you needed both of them in order to make the whole cake form, whatever it was, but I thought it was pretty cool. So if you're a baker, go for it. There were several of them there. Don't remember the price, but it wasn't that bad. They weren't $1. I want to say they were like $5. Not bad. Really cool thing. And when I focus on the shelf, you can see how many of these that they had, and so there should still be plenty of them there. These are also for baking, cake decorating, and these are the plunger type nozzles. They were really cool. The obligatory sprinkles, because Ollie's has sprinkles, and they had 2 different size containers of these and really pretty colors. I really shouldn't be too, sarcastic or snide about these because the colors are really pretty. Absolutely gorgeous colors. And then they had this little set of sprinkles, and these were really the only sprinkles that I saw in this store. So this Ollie's, while it does have a few baking items, is not nearly as filled with baking items as some of the other stores that I've been in recently. They only had one of these. It was $1. I left it behind. I have no idea if it's still there. I decided I did not need a knife cookie cutter. Just a quick thank you for interacting with my channel. I really appreciate it. Then they had these sprays, and I keep seeing different colors, and of course the accoutrement. These were not in the same section as the dollar table. These were actually on the back wall nearer to the book section, so you have to go to a different portion of the store to find these in the Florida Mall store if that's something that you're looking for. And the other kind of washi tape, I saw it in the Kissimmee store, and now I see it in the Florida Mall store. I haven't seen it at any other store, so I thought that was kind of cool and a little certain symmetry to that. And this is what I saw for sewing stuff. This store did not have a whole lot of sewing stuff in it. I've seen much more and much better sewing stuff in other stores. These 2 little junk journals, they're actually not sold as junk journals, but you could use them very easily to make junk journals or cover them and make them look really pretty. And this store, if you are a paint pourer, this store is for you. This whole big box of materials is strictly paint pouring, and that box was heavy. And while I'm showing you this item, I want to catch you up on my giveaway. I absolutely have to do a giveaway because I have to give away that really cool thing that I found, but I'm having difficulty finding out exactly how to do it because I keep seeing rules on YouTube on how I'm supposed to do it, and then I see giveaway people who don't follow the rules, and I'm confused as to what I actually have to do. So I need to look into it more and find out what I really have to do, and I'll get back with you. Anyway, I thought these were so cool. They remind me so much of Beetlejuice. The junk journals would be perfect for this. They even have a little stapler in them. I thought they were just super neat, little binder clips and everything. And then they had these cards, but what was interesting about this store is because this store, more than one style of these card sets, and most of the stores that I've been in only had one style of card sets, and in fact they actually had 3, although the third set's not quite the same, but it was just interesting to see a store that had 2 different sets, and this was so cute. Oh my goodness, make this cute little dinosaur or monster cake. It was such a cute little thing, and they had plenty of them in this store, as you can see by when I go to the shelf to show them to you. So cute, so very, very cute. That would be so cool for a birthday party or any sort of get together like that. This was the third set of cards, and this had the gold on it, and it was really pretty, but it wasn't quite the same because it didn't have the same number. And they had the heart-shaped chocolate mold. I've seen the baseball, I've seen the football in several different stores. Never seen the heart-shaped one before. That was cool. And I've never seen a round letterboard before, so I thought I'd point this one out because I thought it was really neat to have a round one. They hadn't seen that shape before. Then they had the little hedgehog embroidery kits, but wait till you see the other embroidery kits. Oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. Oh, they're not quite here yet. These molds are starting to show up in a lot of stores, so I think they're starting to be distributed. And this is another set of cookie cutters. And they only show the unicorns on the front, but look at all the different ones that they have. I don't understand why they're only showing one on the front, but hey, I didn't design the package, so you know how it is. Hand lettering, the guide to hand lettering, great for junk journals. There wasn't a whole lot of junk journal stuff in this store, but there was some good stuff. And these are the embroidery ones that I was talking about. These are so cool. The cat one is my favorite, but these plants are so beautiful. And everything that you need comes in this kit to make these little beautiful embroidery things. And this one was cool because it looked like it was floating there. There's Calico Cat. I love that Calico Cat because it looks like a quilt. And then this one as well. These were just gorgeous. Thank you, everybody who's watching my channel. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody who does the likes and the subscribe and the shares and all those other good things, makes the comment. You are just awesome and wonderful. This is only the third Ollies that I've seen any yard signs at all at. And they only had this one style at this store. And they were way up top on the top shelf. And it's a good price for them. You get a bunch of different ones. And I like the little cartoon attitude of them, but look at them all up there on the very top shelf. And those two boxes had paper in them, but I couldn't get them down, so I have no idea what it looks like. So there's paper up there. The boxes say it's paper, but I have no idea what it is. And I wasn't going to risk trying to get it down. This liquid chalk looked really cool, and it had some really beautiful colors in it. And again, I don't know if it came from the closeout or if they've had this, but it was really pretty and a real cool thing. And they had a lot of them. More oil-based pastels and pretty colors. I think I've demonstrated or at least highlighted this in a different store. And they had the scissors. I've only seen 3 styles of these, and this store had all 3 styles. But they had the giraffe, they had the monkey, they had the tiger, and they were so cute. That would be so cute for anybody. I mean, little kids, adults, whatever. The same Joann product. This is the same thing that I see. As far as Joann items goes, this is the only one that I've seen that actually says Joann's, and it's the same color vinyl and everything. And look, they had the 4x4 cards, and these were $2.49 a package, and they were hiding up on the top shelf behind a few other items. They also had this little memory keeper book that I've highlighted in a couple of other stores, so it's pretty cool. And then they also had, hiding way back behind those pads, a whole bunch of these little ones. These are the 3.5 by 4.5, I think. They were 99 cents for that package, and they were hiding way, way back there. So looking high and low and behind the other stuff that's on the shelves can really pay off as far as things being hidden and things being stocked in places that they wouldn't normally be visible in. So, I mean, keep that in mind when you're looking through these Ollies to find the really cool buys and the real cool bargains. More of the little binder clip sets with the little paper clips and everything. And this one was a nice pastel-y color. And I didn't buy any of those sets because they're not anything that I do. Back to the pegboards, just giving you an overview of everything that's on here, and I didn't see much on the pegboards in this store. I think I highlight one item from it. Oh, I do. It's the Cactus Punch. Those punches that I have the poop and the smiley face on, well, they also have a cactus one apparently, and this store has the cactus. I also did see the smiley and the poop face one, but I hadn't seen the cactus before, and I thought that was a pretty cool one. And I think this is the last of me showing the pegboards from this store. Some cool stuff, but again, stuff that we've already seen in several different stores. And moving on, I found this acrylic paint set that was really cool because it's got a lot of really nice colors in it, and it's pretty well put together set. It's even packaged well enough that would make a great gift. And these colored pencils, same thing. They're really beautiful. They're already pre-sharpened. You get tons of them. And they had another version of the acrylic sets, and I think this one was by Rose Art. Yeah, there it is. It's by Rose Art, and it's got the paint brushes and all the acrylic paints that you need to do whatever you want to do with the paints, and it's really cool set. Again, another one that's really nicely packaged and would be a really cool gift for someone. And the big old chalk, which would be great for kids or really anybody who has manual dexterity issues and needs help with their coordination. And this, oh my gosh, let me move the pencils out of the way. This set of gel pens was huge. I don't remember exactly how many there were in there, but there were so many of them in so many different styles, and it was really, really a good buy for the price. Just massive number of gel pens. And then they had paints. This store did a pretty good job on the paints. Like I said, if you're a pouring person, this is the store for you. Look at all these different paints that they have, and they had the pouring medium, I think, somewhere in there. Maybe not. I don't see it at this point. Oh, no, that's what they had. They had these little pouring sets that were already ready to go. And I think that was like $1.99, something like that. You might have to look really closely at the price tag to see it, but it was really very reasonable. And they also still had the Stettler chart markers with their double-sided points. Really cool set of things to have, a really good name brand. They had little bottles of paints. These were 49 cents a bottle, so not quite as good as the 4 for $1. And this is the first store that I'd seen this huge set of Stettler chart markers in. That was awesome. And if that's something you need, I would snap it right up from that store because that is such a good deal. And then they had more of these little tubes of paints. This is the acrylic paints, but they don't have any of the extra accoutrements that the other sets do. And a few things that are on the shelf that just look really cool. And I wanted to highlight this because it was really neat. A really cute thing to make yarn out of. And it really looked easy enough that if you could get your kids into crafting or teenagers, it would be cool for that. And the unicorns. Can't forget the unicorns. And they're pink. Two of my favorite things. Woo! I found the unicorn. Block erasers. The store also had the block erasers. Very good deal for those. A quarter a piece is not bad. Some nice oil pastels. Most of the stores seem to have these oil pastels. So I'm not sure if they came from the liquidation or not, but they are really cool. What was the next item? Oh yes. Oh, these fine liner markers. There were so many of these markers in this box and they were fine liner. They would be beautiful for working with greeting cards or for doing scrapbooking. I didn't buy them and there was only one box of them. So I don't even know if they're still there. And then they had this nail decorating kit that you could use to polish up nails and make them look really cute. And I thought that was a neat little thing. Back up to the front of the store to get the Meltums and the other baking products. And if you want those, you do have to go to the front of the store in this particular store because they're separated. And I had to get my geek on. This is a gorgeous thing. Since Christmas is going to be really hard for a lot of people this year, if you have the wherewithal to do this, this was $50. If you have a kid or an adult that loves Marvel, this would be a great thing to pick up for them. And because it's already in the country, there is no tariff on it. So that's not going to be true pretty soon. It really is a shame how much has changed in such a short space of time and how many people are being hurt by it. And I have to admit, these looked really good. Someday I'm going to try these dark chocolate mango pieces. They look good. And then I often wonder about celebrities, what they think of things like this. I don't know. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great time. Happy crafting. Cheers.